Back in my playing days, when you received a white box like this with a dozen golf balls in it, it meant your golf ball sponsor was sending you a prototype ball that they were testing out that was yet to be released to market. In today's video, I'm doing exactly that for you as I'm gonna test out the prototype Vero XP from OnCore Golf. So I started playing OnCore balls this year. I tested the Vero X1, the Vero X2, and the Elixir, narrowed it down to the Vero X2. They've been developing the XP all the while. It's been rolled out on tour a little bit. Some guys have been testing it, and if you order the performance pack, you'll get a sleeve of it so that you can test it with the Elixir X1, X2, and XP. They sent me a couple dozens. I've been doing some extensive testing, and I'm gonna share my findings and whether or not I think it's a better ball for me and whether or not I think it's a better ball than the X2. So in testing a ball, really, there's only kind of two things you can dive into. It's the numbers and just how it performs out on the golf course. Durability is one thing, but when you're fortunate enough to play professional golf or have a YouTube channel, durability is something I want to share, but I'm very lucky that I don't have to pay too much attention to how durable a golf ball is because fortunately I have a lot of golf balls sitting behind me that I can grab if I start to scuff through them if a golf ball isn't terribly durable. So that's kind of what I'm gonna dive into, I'm gonna share with you, and I'm comparing it directly head to head with the Vero X2, the golf ball that I've been using all year. We're in the lab. We've got the FlightScope Mevo Plus up on the screen. We've got the Vero XP and the Vero X2 with our metallic dots so we get even better readings. We're gonna test sand wedge, 7-iron, and then driver just to see the numbers across the board. So when I tested the irons, this was straight up 8 shots. I wasn't trying to find a yardage. I just straight up hit 8 shots with each ball, and these are the numbers that I found for sand wedge and for 7-iron. Okay, this is it. First shots with the Vero XP sand wedge testing. Roll it. With the sand wedge, pretty similar numbers. You're seeing them here on the screen. A couple things that stood out to me that made this more promising for me to think this could be my golf ball is the spin was a little bit down. I tend to fight, especially with those wedges that I was testing it with, the spin to get a little bit high for me with sand wedge, and the spin being down with the XP was very, very encouraging. Ball speed, club head speed, pretty much the same. I mean, carry is a little bit further, but that's definitely because a little less spin, probably just better trajectory, better carry, launch angle, angle of descent, peak height. It's all the same, but just because of the slightly less spin, couple more yards out of it. So that was really, really encouraging with the 56 degree. And then with the 7-iron, you're seeing kind of slightly different, a little bit more spin, which is actually kind of better for me in this instance, but you're seeing the numbers are pretty dang similar. Ball speed, carry, yardage, peak height, angle of descent, everything is pretty matched up. With driver, I swing a little bit slower inside here, and you're seeing the numbers here. Carries, to me, is down just a little bit. Ball speed's down just a little bit. I think just because I'm swinging just a wee bit slower inside, I just can't help it. I feel like I'm cranking it, but my club head speed's like 115, 116. So it's probably about 3 to 5 miles slower than if I was out on a golf course and if I was playing. But again, the numbers are very, 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 very similar. That launch being as high as it is probably a me thing, not necessarily a ball thing. Swinging a little bit slower, hitting it a little bit more on the up inside here. But if I look at these numbers, the balls are pretty similar, but I would edge the XP a little bit better, especially on the wedges. The driver goes a little bit higher, but I'm kind of pulling at straws there. I would say the XP is just marginally better based on the numbers. All right, so off the putter face, the ball feels very, very similar, almost identical to what the Vero X2 feels like. So it feels good, the numbers are good, but you see, I'm at the golf course today. I've not even played a single hole with the XP, but I'm gonna go play 18 of them today on Streamsong Blue and just see how this ball performs out in the fire on the golf course. Whoa! Ah. Oh no.
So 9 holes with the Vero XP. I birdied the first 2, so I birdied the first 2 holes I ever played with the ball. I like it off the tee. I hit a couple bad shots with it and I made bogeys, so I'm even par through 9 holes with a new ball. The ball is performing kind of what I expected, maybe a touch further with the driver, but maybe a touch higher with the irons. Haven't made a putt with it. I've 2-putted 9 holes with it, so it's not a great ball for putting yet.
You hit good putts.
Maybe I can actually make a putt. That would be lovely.
I played that round, my first day at Stream Song, and then I probably played another full round with the ball and then switched in between the X2 and the XP. I think I like the XP a little bit more. I think I do. It was higher with driver. Didn't love that, but I could flight it better, especially with the wedges. And for scoring, you want a ball that's going to do what it needs to do with your wedges, where you can control the spin, you can control the launch angle, control the height, and I really could with the XP. It's not to say I can't with the X2, but the Vero XP to me, and going back to what I said at the very beginning, seemed a little bit more durable. The feels the same. I said it on the putting green. Around the greens, felt great. It didn't feel like I was playing a different golf ball, but it looked a little bit different. This, I don't think, is the final iteration of the Vero XP. They're still working on it. Maybe it becomes a ball in their lineup, but I think that performance pack that they're selling where people can test it, they're asking for your feedback. Maybe the XP becomes a ball in the line, but they've told me maybe the core of the XP becomes the standard core in the new golf balls moving forward. So it was fun to test this ball. I feel like I could play with both balls. I like the XP a little bit more. I still really like the X2, so throughout the winter into the spring, when they make the decision what they're gonna do with the XP, I'll probably play both balls and have some fun. But it's really cool to test a prototype golf ball. You can yourself if you order the performance pack. It's linked down below. I've got a code, there's a discount. So if you're interested in a really high performing, lower price golf ball, I can't recommend OnCore enough. And if you want to feel cool and get a white box and test out a new sleeve that's going to come like this with no branding, with no logos, do it. Test it out and see which is the best golf ball for you with your own testing, with your own golf, rather than just what you think someone on the internet or you watch people on the internet use or you watch people on TV use. Test out your golf balls, find the best golf ball for yourself, and then you can ultimately play your best golf. We'll see you in the next video.